And good morning. Welcome to Charlie Brown Memorial Field, the final day of the 2025 Midsummer American Legion Baseball Classic here from Valley City. Our first game today, the seventh-place game, has Lisbon taking on Oaks. Lisbon post 7 and Oaks from post 36. And a pleasant good morning to you. Paul McDonald with you here from Charlie Brown Memorial Field on a cloudy, windy, overcast, almost early fall type day, maybe even an early spring type day. Temperatures will probably not get to 60 degrees yet today. The winds will be about half that. Right now they're gusting 22 to about 39 miles per hour out of the east, southeast. So they are going to be pushing the ball out towards the outfield for the most part here this morning. Let's take a look at our starting lineups in our first game today. The visitors on the scoreboard in this first one will be Lisbon. They will have Cam Cordero leading off at short. Batting second and pitching, Jordan Bittner. Hitting third in center field, Blaze Reinke. In the cleanup spot at third base, Camden Rondesved. Batting fifth at second base, Lincoln Adair. Hitting sixth in left field, Elliot Welter. Batting seventh, the first baseman, Colton Johnson. Hitting eighth, the catcher, Eli Lyons. Batting ninth and in right field, Jacob Lyons. And hitting 10th, their extra hitter today is Zane Johnson. Cordero, Bittner, Reinke, Rondesved, Adair, Welter, Johnson, Lyons, and Johnson. The starting lineup for Coach Brad Bittner and Mark Welter of the Lisbon Post 7. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Oaks Post 36. They'll be the home team today. Leading off the shortstop, James Trainer. Trainer leading off and playing short. Chris Titus is batting second in center field. Titus in center, batting second. Hitting third at third, Michael Hoisted. Hoisted hitting third at third. In the cleanup spot in left field, Zaid Heyer. Heyer is batting fourth and in left field. Batting fifth at second base, Noah Wood. Wood is at second, batting fifth. Hitting sixth in right field, Tristan Peterson. Peterson's in right field, batting sixth. Hitting seventh at first base, Deegan Rorick. Rorick is at first base, hitting seventh. Batting eighth is the catcher, Braxton Erickson Wyckoff. Braxton Erickson Wyckoff is hitting eighth and catching and batting ninth and pitching. Brooks Dominy. Dominy is batting ninth and pitching. Trainer, Titus, Hoisted, Heyer, Wood, Peterson, Rorick, Erickson Wyckoff, and Dominy. The batting order for Oaks, post 36, and head coach Cole Kelly. We'll be back. We'll have our starting lineups, non-starters, the code of sportsmanship, and our first pitch coming up. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. Back here, Charlie Brown Memorial Field, as let's take a look at our defensive alignment for post 36. Oaks, they're the home team today around the infield. At third base, Michael Hoisted. Shortstop is James Trainer. And over at second base is Noah Wood. And first base is Deegan Rorick. In the outfield, left field, Zayd Heyer. And center field, Chris Titus. Over in right field, Tristan Peterson. Behind the plate, Braxton Erickson Wyckoff and Brooks Dominy will pitch here this afternoon for Coach Cole Kelly and Oaks post 36. Coming in 0-2 in this tournament, playing in this 7th place game. Oaks in their orange tops with the black undersleeves, white pant. Talking to Coach Kelly, said they really don't get a lot of ball in the summer outside of their regular Legion schedule, so getting into a tournament. I'm glad they got a chance to come here and play 3 games this weekend. Brad Bittner coaching down on the third base line for Lisbon, and Mark Welter coaching over on the first base side. As we are set, ready to go here for game 1 of our final day on the tournament. Leading up for Lisbon, the shortstop, number 2, Cam Cordero. So Cam Cordero will step in, lead things off against Dominy. Again, that strong wind going from right to left. Anything out towards center, left center, might get a little bit of a push here this morning. And the first pitch of the ball game is in for a strike, 9:37 for our first pitch. No balls and 1 strike on Cordero. And that one bounces in. Game time temperature, 54 degrees. Again, that wind coming out west-northwest, 23 gusting to 38 miles per hour. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count on Cordero. Bittner and Reinke to follow, and Dominy delivers on the outside corner for a strike, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Cam Cordero. Dominy working, delivers 1-2, just missed the outside part of the plate. And they count the ball, 2 balls and 2 strikes on Cordero. Time called. That flew off of the Oaks second baseman, flying out towards left center field. So Wood has to go retrieve his cap. There we go. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Dominy delivers. Slow curve, swung on and missed. Cordero goes down swinging for out number 1. That'll bring up Jordan Bittner. The pitcher, number 1, Jordan Bittner. So Bittner will step in with 1 out, nobody on, and takes it inside for a ball. 3:30 down the lines here at Charlie Brown. 385 to the power alleys. 370 to straightaway center field. 1 ball, no strikes on Bittner. Dominy delivers, low and away. Ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes. 6-foot-high fence from the corners to the power alleys. And power alley to power alley goes up to about 15, 20 feet. That pitch misses low and away. Ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes on Bittner. Batting with 1 up and nobody on. We're in the top of the first inning. Just getting things started here. Our 7th place game. And there's a two-seam fastball that comes in for a strike at the knees. 3-1 now. 4 games today. Second game for Consolation Championship, Jamestown and Valley City. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Swung on a ground ball wrapped out towards short. Trainer gobbles it up, slings it across, and bang, bang play, but got him at first. 6-3 on the putout for out number 2. And it'll bring up Blaze Reinke. The center fielder, number 5, Blaze Reinke. So 2 away, nobody on, and Reinke to the plate. Again, it's cloudy skies, but rain not really in the forecast till later on this evening. Hopefully after that championship game, which is scheduled to go at 5 o'clock. No balls and 1 strike here to Reinke, and the pitch. He lines it towards right field for a base hit. So Reinke picks up the 2-out single, and it'll bring Lincoln Adair to the plate. The third baseman, number 13, Camden Rondesvet. Check that. Rondesvet will come to the plate. So he'll bat with the runner at first base. And a toss over. Frankie back in. Rondesved, Adair, Welter, Johnson, Lyons. Lyons and Johnson, they're batting an extra hitter today. Brought 10 players with them, and they're going to bat an EH. There's a strike on the outside corner, 0-1 on Rondesved. Was DH in game 1. Played defense, didn't bat in game 2. And now batting and playing third here in game 3 today. No balls and 1 strike, and the pitch. Runner goes, swung on and missed. The throw down to second base is in time. They got him. Great throw there by Erickson Wyckoff. Right on the money. All shortstop trainer had to do is slap on the tag. So the caught stealing, 2-6, and that will retire the side here in the first. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. Half inning, Lisbon nothing. Oaks coming up. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. Defensive alignment for Lisbon. Over third base, Camden Rondesved. The shortstop is Cam Cordero. Lincoln Adair will be at second. Over first base, Colton Johnson. In the outfield, Elliot Welter, Blaze Reinke, and Jacob Lyons from left to right. Eli Lyons behind the plate, and Jordan Bittner will be throwing here for Lisbon in this final game of the 2025 Valley City Midsummer American Legion Baseball Classic. And perfect weather on Saturday or on Friday. Started out good Saturday, rain, and today we're going to probably in and out with the sunshine, but cooler temps, but with some wind. Well, we're going to looks like all things considered, not a bad weekend. Getting all the games in. Just a 27-minute rain delay is what we dealt with yesterday. With that brief shower that came in, it was more with the lightning that really caused it. Did rain enough to cause slippery spots on the pitching mound. That was the primary reason why umpires decided to halt play for a while. Leading off the bottom of the first, for Oaks, a shortstop, number 30, James Traynor. So James Traynor will step in and lead things off here against Bittner in the home half of the first inning. Right-handed batter. Traynor starting pitcher in the first game of the tournament, and pitch high for ball their first game. 1 ball, no strikes on Traynor. And Bittner delivers on the outside corner for a strike. And a count 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cole Kelly, head coach of Oaks, coaching down at third. Jack Thorpe, as he has all weekend, coaching over at first. There's a strike called, and the count now 1 ball, 1 strike. Traynor yesterday scored a couple of runs, 1 for 3. He is 1 for 5 for the tournament. Is a high pop, short right field. Johnson out and gives way to Adair, the second baseman, who makes the catch in fair territory for out number 1. Center fielder number 1, Chris Titus. So Chris Titus will step in. Titus, the first day, was hit twice by Villarreal. Did not have an official at-bat. Was 2 for 3 yesterday and hit again. Did score a run. Had an RBI. 1 ball, no strikes on Titus. And Bittner into the wind, the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Titus. Outfield back a little bit and straight away. Here's the pitch. Titus swings and fouls it to the netting. And they count a ball and 2 strikes on the Oaks center fielder. Into the line is Bittner, and the 1-2 pitch. This is way wide. Ball 2, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. With 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the first inning. And the pitch is swung on and missed by Titus. Strikeout number 1 for Bittner. 2 away. And it'll bring up Michael Hoisted. The third baseman, number 23, Michael Hoisted. Hoisted 2 for 4 yesterday with an RBI and a run scored. 2 for 6 for the tournament. There's a strike, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. Played short in the first game, third the last 2. And the 0-1 pitch takes it high for a ball, 1-1. Kind of a rough outing in that first game, and their 10-0 loss to Grafton when he played short and a couple of errors. And the 1-1 pitch. There's a strike called, 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes here on Hoisted. 2 out, nobody on. In the home half of the first inning, no score. Lisbon and Oaks, 7th place game. And the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on the high fastball, and Bittner picks up his second strikeout, and that retires the side. Nothing across for Oaks. We go to the second. No score. Lisbon and Oaks back with more American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. For Oaks, in the bottom of the first, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Camden Rondaspet will lead things off. He was at the plate when Reike was thrown out trying to steal second. To end the first, takes a first pitch, low, ball 1. And Oaks lost their opener to Grafton 10-0, and then lost 7-6 to Jamestown. The 1-0 pitch, high for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. On the right-handed hitting Camden Rondaspet. And he swings and grounds it down the third base line. That is a fair ball, picked up there by Hoisted to throw across for the out. 5-3 on the put out, 1 away. And it'll bring up Lincoln Adair. The second baseman, number 11, Lincoln Adair. And now they are, Coach Bittner had a word with the home plate umpire, and he's going to talk with the base umpire, Matt Brandvold. Maybe catcher's interference usually is the conversation on something like this. And nothing going to be called. So that'll bring up Adair. He was 1 for 1 yesterday, walked a couple of times, had an RBI single. 1 for 4 for the tournament. 1 out, nobody on. And Domini delivers inside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. On the right-handed hitting Lincoln Adair, the 1-0 pitch. He swings and skies one to right field, in towards the line. That's going to drop in for a base hit as Peterson gets to it, but it'll drop in for a single for Adair. Second hit for Lisbon. That'll bring up Elliot Welter. Well, fielder number 16, Elliot Welter. Welter, 1 for 3 yesterday, scored a run. Was 0 for 3 in the first game, 1 for 6 for the tournament, couple of runs scored. Ben's on the way, 1 ball, no strikes. Number 16, Elliot Welter. And the pitch. He swings and grounds one left side. Hoisted, the third baseman has it. Goes to second, and it's off the glove of Wood, the second baseman. So everybody's going to be safe. That's probably going to be an error either on the throw or on the second baseman. It was catchable, went off his glove. The first baseman, number 15, Colton Johnson. Now you have runners at first and second for Colton Johnson. And the pitch misses outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Johnson 1 for 5 in the tournament with a run scored. 1 for 3 yesterday. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swinging a chop foul at the plate. And the count 1-1 on Johnson. I'll probably get that error on Wood, the second baseman. The ball just kind of went off his glove. It was a little bit wide throw, but seemed like it was catchable. And the ball in the dirt, runner to third. Man, Erickson Wyckoff's throw is not going to be in time. So the wild pitch moves Adair to third base. Welter stays put at first. So runners at the corners and 1 out and a 2-ball, 1-strike count here on Johnson. So Lisbon with the first scoring chance of the day. We're on the top of the second inning, 0-0. 2 balls and 1 strike on Johnson. And the pitch. Swings and hits a high pop left side. Shortstop Trainer out. Gives way the left fielder higher, and he dropped it. Oh, they're going to say he caught it and in the exchange. All right. He caught it, and then in the exchange the ball dropped, so that's out number 2. And it'll bring up Eli Lyons. The catcher, number 14, Eli Lyons. So 2 away, runners still at the corners, and Lyons to the plate. One for 5 for the tournament, 0 for 2 yesterday. Scored a run. 2 down, runners at first and third. And the pitch by Domini, low and away, ball 1. One ball, no strikes. On the right-handed hitting Eli Lyons. And the pitch. That jams him inside and swing and a miss, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runners lead off first and third, and the 1-1 pitch on the outside corner, 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes on Lyons. Welter takes his lead off first, Adair off of third. And there goes Welter, the swing and a ground ball up the middle, and a short hop pickup by Trainer. Off balance throw across his body, makes the play. Nicely done, James Trainer, for out number 3. No runs, they get a base hit. There was an error and 2 left at the end of an inning and a half. Your score, it is Lisbon nothing, Oaks nothing. We're back with the bottom of the second. That's American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. We head to the bottom half of inning number 2. The 4, 5, and 6 batters coming up for Oaks. Heyer, Wood, and Peterson to face Jordan Bittner. And he went through the top of the order with a couple of strikeouts and a pop out in a 3 up and 3 down inning. And now we'll face Zaid Heyer, the lefty in the lineup for Coach Kelly, as we head to the bottom half of inning number 2. Leading off the bottom half of the second inning for Oaks, the left fielder, number 19, Zaid Heyer. Zaid Heyer struck out a couple times in the first game. And yesterday, 2 for 4, a double, a single, RBI, 2 for 6 for the tournament. And the right-hander Bittner delivers. Swing and a miss, nothing in 1. No balls, 1 strike on the left-hander hitting Zaid Heyer. And Bittner kicks, delivers. High, ball 1, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike on the left-hander hitting left fielder. Pitched a little bit yesterday. 1-1 pitch on the way. He's swinging and a miss on a fastball, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Heyer. And Bittner on the first base side of that pitching rubber delivers high for a ball, 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Heyer leading things off here in the bottom of the second, scoreless game. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strikeout number 3, and they have been in succession for Bittner, 1 away. The second baseman, number 6, Noah Wood. Noah Wood will step in and face the right-hander Bittner with 1 out. And the pitch. Here's a liner out towards second, and Adair can't make the backhand play. It goes into right center field for a base hit. And that'll bring up Tristan Peterson. The right field, number 22, Tristan Peterson. First base runner for Oaks. And now Peterson. Wood was 2 for 3 yesterday with a RBI and a run scored. 2 for 4 for the tournament. And now Peterson stepping in. And the 1-0 pitch, low and away for a ball. Peterson's first at-bats here in the tournament. Fury and Rorick Dobitz, Fury, who had been started, is not here today. Peterson starting in his stead. There's his pitch and misses outside. Ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes here on Tristan Peterson. And Bittner sets and delivers 3-0. Taken all the way, 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike on the right-handed hitting Peterson. Wood takes his lead off first. The pitch. There's a strike call, belt high, 3-2. So Bittner's come back and run the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out, 1 on here in the bottom of the second. Set by Bittner. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Number 4 for Bittner, 2 away. That'll bring up Deegan Rorick. The first baseman, number 26, Deegan Rorick. Rorick so far here in the tournament is 1 for 5, was 1 for 3 yesterday with the run scored. And so with the runner at first base and 2 away, we're in the bottom of the second, and Wood takes his lead off of first. No balls and 1 strike here on Rorick, and the pitch misses high and wide, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike on the right-handed hitting Rorick. Straightaway stance, back foot right on that back line. Bittner sets, delivers, 1 run. Swing and a miss, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Rorick. And Bittner has that 1 base hit allowed and is battled back with a couple of strikeouts. And check swing, misses wide, 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count here on Rorick. Wood takes his lead off of first. And the 2-2 pitch on the way to Rorick. Way wide, ball 3, so a full count now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Wood will be off with the pitch. With 2 outs here in the second inning. He'll take his lead. And the 3-2 pitch on the way. There he goes. It is outside, ball 4. So Rorick will draw the first walk issued by Bittner. Runners at first and second, 2 out. That'll bring up Braxton Erickson Wyckoff. The catcher, number 37, Braxton Erickson Wyckoff. Erickson Wyckoff, 0 for 2 in the first game, 0 for 4, looking for his first hit in the tournament. 0 for 6. Check that, had a hit yesterday. It was 1 for 2 yesterday. So 1 for 6 for the tournament. Runners leading off first and second now with 2 out. And the pitch by Bittner, wide, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. On the right-handed hitting Braxton Erickson Wyckoff. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch on the corner, 1-1. Heyer struck out to start the inning. Wood singled to right. Peterson struck out. Rorick drew the walk. And now it's a 1 ball, 1 strike count here on Erickson Wyckoff. The set by the right-hander. Spins, throw to first, and they got him picked off. Sneaking in behind him was the first baseman Johnson, and they pick off Rorick 1-3, and that will retire the side. For Oaks, no runs, a hit, no errors, 1 left. At the end of 2 complete, it's Lisbon nothing, Oaks nothing. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. As we roll to the top half of the third inning, it'll be the 9, 10, and 1 batters coming up here for the it'll be Lyons, Johnson, and then we'll head to the top of the order. Again, Lisbon brought 10, and they're going to bat 10 today. The extra hitter is going to be Johnson. And then we'll head to the top of the order in Cordero. So first off, it'll be Jacob Lyons, the right fielder. Leading off the top of the third for Lisbon, the right fielder, number 6, Jacob Lyons. Lyons here so far in the tournament. He did not bat the first day. He was played third, but was DH4 by Rondesvet. And yesterday had a 3-run triple in their 4-run 4th inning. So it was 1 for 3 with the 3 RBI. And takes the first pitch low, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch on the way, high, ball 2, 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes on the right-handed hitting Jacob Lyons. Domini, the right-hander, into the line, and the pitch. Swung on line drive, base hit, left field. So Lyons picks up his second hit of the tournament, hit number 3 for Lisbon. That'll bring up the extra hitter, Zane Johnson. The extra hitter, number 10, Zane Johnson. Johnson getting his first at bat here in the tournament. And so he will bat here with a runner at first base. Nobody out. And he shows bunt, takes the ball, 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. On the right-handed hitting Zane Johnson. Checks down at Brad Bittner down to the third base coaching box, getting his signals. And the 1-0 pitch. Again, thought about bunt. Ball got away and rolls away from Erickson Wyckoff. And that's going to move Lyons down to second base. Pitch was low and in the dirt and squirted away off to the left of Erickson Wyckoff. So a wild pitch moves Lyons into scoring position. And a 2-ball, no strike count here on Johnson. The right-hander. Domini delivers. There's the 2-seamer. Comes back in on the inside corner for a strike. And a count 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. That ball was heading wide and then came back and hit the corner. And the 2-1 pitch. Same spot, same result. 2-2 on Johnson. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the right-hander delivers. Swing and a miss. Ball in the dirt and tagged out by Erickson Wyckoff. That'll be strikeout number 2 for Domini. 1 away. That brings up Cam Cordero. Shortstop number 2, Cam Cordero. Cordero struck out swinging his first time up. And the pitch just misses outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. On the right-handed hitting Cam Cordero. And Domini delivers. There's a high pop-up in the infield. Up in front of second base. Trainer, the shortstop, comes over, and he will make the catch, battling that wind. That's out number 2. Brings up Jordan Bittner. The pitcher number 1, Jordan Bittner. Bittner grounded out to short his first time up. Taking the lead off of second base is Lyons. And the pitch, Bittner line drive, caught at third base by Hoisted on a line drive. And Michael comes up with 2, retire the side. For Lisbon, no runs, a hit, no errors, 1 left. We head to the bottom of the third. Still scoreless, Lisbon and Oaks. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. You know, 8-9-1 hitters coming up here for Oaks. Erickson Wyckoff and Domini. Then the top of the order and James Trainer to face Jordan Bittner in a scoreless game in his 7th place game at the Midsummer Classic, which again a few years back started as a venture with Jamestown and Valley City. Games being played at both Jack Brown and Charlie Brown. And then they alternate years of who had the winner's bracket and who had the loser's bracket. And then Jamestown dropped out, and now the tournament the last couple of years has been right here in Valley City. Leading off the bottom of the third for Oaks, and catcher number 37, Braxton Erickson Wyckoff. So Braxton Erickson Wyckoff will lead things off. He was at the plate when Rorick was picked off first base. So he'll get a fresh set of numbers as he'll step in. And the pitch, swing and a miss, 0-1. Bittner has 4 strikeouts in his first 2 innings. He's walked 1, given up 1 hit, pardon me. 1, no balls, 1 strike on Erickson Wyckoff. And the pitch, swing and a miss, 0-2. Yesterday, Erickson Wyckoff was hitless in 4 trips, 1 for 2 against Tony Villarreal and Grafton on Friday. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, slider outside, and that's number 5 for Bittner, 1 away, and it brings up Brooks Domine. The pitcher, number 2, Brooks Domine. Domine getting his first chance to bat here. He was DH4 in both games, played out in right field. And he'll swing at the first pitch and miss it, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike here on Domine. Bittner into the wine, and the right-hander kicks and delivers. On the outside corner, 0-2. 0-2 on the number 9 hitter for post 36. And Bittner works, delivers 0-2. Swinging a pop-up, and that's going to be out of play, back behind home plate. And the count stays at no balls and 2 strikes on Brooks Domine. With 1 out. Bittner again on the first base side of that pitching rubber. Delivers 0-2. Swing and a miss in the fastball, number 6 for Bittner. 2 away. We head to the top of the order, and James Traynor. The shortstop, number 30, James Traynor. Traynor popped out to second baseman Adair, his first time up, down the right field line. A nice running catch by Adair. And the pitch. He takes it high, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. On the right-handed hitting James Traynor. And the 1-0 pitch. Check swing, stays high. They ask if he went. No, the base umpire says. And a count, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 out, nobody on. Here in the home half of the 3rd inning. And the 2-0 pitch. High, ball 3, 3-0. If Traynor can extend, Titus would follow. Here for post 36. Out of Oaks. And here comes the 3-0 pitch. There's a strike. Cut the plate in half. First visit to this tournament for, I believe, both Lisbon and Oaks. 3 balls and 1 strike. And the pitch. Swinging a chopper right side. And gloved by Adair after it got by Johnson. Head first slide by Traynor. And to no avail. That will be a 3-1 put up. And retire the sign. Nothing across, 3 up and 3 down. We head to the 4th. No score between Lisbon and Oaks. This is American Legion Baseball live on Game Changer. Blaze Reinke will lead things off here for Lisbon. He swings at the first pitch and has a drive into left center field. That's going to get to the deepest part of the ballpark up against the 385 sign. Around second and holding on there, Reinke with a leadoff double here in the 4th for Lisbon. Reinke put a charge into that one. He is 2 for 2, singled his last time up. And that one bounced right onto the 385 sign in right center field. The third baseman, number 13, Camden Rondespet. Now Camden Rondespet grounded out to third his first time up. Well, that was a drive. As I said, with this wind, we might see a dinger or two here today. That wind of 23, gusting to 39 from the north-northwest, so going out towards left center field. Here's the pitch to Rondesvet, grounder, and look at that, a bare hand, well, a glove spear by Brad Bittner in the third base coaching box. He's got fingerless mittens on there down in the third base coaching box. It's almost like wearing a glove. No balls and one strike here on Rondesvet. He swings and he'll go right side, deep to right field. There on the bead is Peterson. He'll make the catch, tagging up his right game. Will get to third. So there's one out, runner at third base for Lincoln Adair. The second baseman, number 11, Lincoln Adair. Adair singled his first time up. Went to second on a error and then to third on a wild pitch, and that's where he stayed. No score here in the top of the fourth, and he swings and goes deep down the left field line. That's going to be extra bases and go into the off the fence. Adair around first, on his way to second, and he's going to pull in there with an RBI, one-out double. And so Adair will pick up his second hit and an RBI, and Ranke comes in to score to make it 1-0. And it'll bring up Welter. Outfield number 16, Elliot Welter. Welter reached on a fielder's choice his first time up. He had a ground ball to third baseman Rondesvet, third baseman Hoisted, who's trying to get the double play. Throw was dropped by the second baseman and hit by pitch, so Welter is on. And that'll bring up Colton Johnson. The first baseman, number 15, Colton Johnson. So Welter hit by a pitch. First one of those today by Domini. So runners at first and second, and one out. And the right-hander curves and delivers a grounder foul down the third baseline. And the count, no balls and one strike. Johnson flew out to left field, his first time up. So runners at first and second with one out. 0-1 the count here on Johnson. Domini delivers, strike two on the outside corner. And the count, no balls and two strikes. Set, and Domini delivers, swinging a pop-up and back behind home plate. That's going to be on the netting. Rolls up, rolls down, and that's where it's going to stay for 24 hours. No balls and two strikes, I know. 0-2 the count here on Johnson. And the pitch, just missed the outside corner, maybe a little bit low. And the count 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. On the right hitting Johnson. And Domini delivers. Swung on, fly ball right field again. Peterson again on the move. He'll make the catch, loses his cap, throws, and whoa, good strong throw all the way to third. So Johnson flies to right for out number 2. Runners stay put. Brings up Eli Lyons. Catch number 14, Eli Lyons. Lyons grounded to short his first time up. So with runners at first and second, Domini trying to keep it to the minimal damage here and delivers outside, ball 1. The right-hander Lyons facing the right-hander Domini. And here comes the 1-0 pitch. Swinging a pop-up. Catcher Erickson Wyckoff diving and makes a catch. Great catch by Braxton Erickson Wyckoff. Running back to the backstop. Made the catch and held on after he hit the ground to retire the side. Great catch there by Erickson Wyckoff. But a run comes across, a couple of doubles, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. We are through 3.5. It's now Lisbon 1, Oaks nothing. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. The 2, 3, and 4 batters will come up here for Oaks in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Titus hoisted and higher against Bittner in a 1-0 Lisbon lead now. As we head to the bottom of the 4th, a run on 5 hits, no errors for Lisbon, 0-1-1 for Oaks. And Chris Titus will lead things off. The center fielder, number 1, Chris Titus. Titus struck out swinging his first time up. Bittner struck out 2 in each inning. And so far, nothing. Well, the only one base hit, so that did get to the outfield. Here's a pop up, short right side. Adair, the second baseman, out. He'll make the catch, loses the cap, and that is out number 1. Be like playing out in San Francisco. They just lose their cap with the wind. The third baseman, number 23, Michael Hoisted. So Michael Hoisted, he struck out swinging back in the first. Short time called as shortstop Cordero lost his hat. They need to make baseball caps with flaps on them so they can stay on and win like this. Like those old hunting hats that they have. Here's the pitch, strike called on Hoisted. No balls and 1 strike. Hoisted again, struck out to end the first. All 6 strikeouts have been swinging so far. Now one bounces in, hit the catcher, hit the umpire. 1 ball, 1 strike. One and 1 the count here on Hoisted. And Bittner into the line and the pitch. Swing and a miss, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the right-handed hitting Michael Hoisted. And Bittner wheels and deals, 1-2. Side and low, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on. And the right-hander Bittner delivers again, low and away, ball 3, 3-2. Next game coming up, our Consolation Championship, Valley City and Jamestown, approximately 12 noon. And the 3-2 pitch on the way by Bittner. That one inside corner, strike 3. There's your first strikeout looking. 7 strikeouts for Bittner, 2 away, brings up Jade Heyer. The left fielder, number 19, Jade Heyer. I have a feeling an Oaks fan might have said a little something extra on the call, and the home plate umpire turned and took a look in the crowd. And the pitch, inside corner for a strike, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. And the right-hander Bittner into the line. Here's the 0-1 pitch, down and in, ball 1, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. On the left-handed hitting Zaid Heyer. And Bittner delivers. Swung on a fly ball, right side. Pop-up. First baseman there. Johnson makes a catch. And that will retire the side here in the 4th. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left. 3 up and 3 down. We head to the 5th. 4 complete. 1-0 advantage to Lisbon. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. It'll be the bottom part of the order. The 9-10 1 batters coming up here for Lisbon. In the top of the 5th inning, they lead it 1-0. Lyons, Johnson, and Cordero will bat here for the post 7 Lisbon Legion. in Valley City and Jamestown coming up at noon. At 2:30, our third place game, Hillsborough, Central Valley, and Edgeley. And then the championship at 5 o'clock today, Park River and Grafton. Leading off the top of the fifth for Lisbon, right fielder number 6, Jacob Lyons. So Lyons will step to the plate. They had a single back in the third. 1 for 1 for the day, and Dominique delivers. Pitch low. 1 ball, no strikes. On the right-handed hitting, Jacob Lyons. Dominique delivers slider, strike 1-1, swings over the top. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the 1-1 pitch, ground ball under the glove of Dominique. I think it went off of his glove, and the throw to first, not in time. The throw pulled the first baseman off. That'll be an error on the second baseman, Wood. So Lyons is on, and it'll bring up the extra hitter, Zane Johnson. The extra hitter, number 10, Zane Johnson. I think it did click off the webbing of the glove of Dominique. Wood did field it cleanly, but his throw was on the home plate side of the bag, and there's a bunt down third base way, picked up by Hoisted. Looks a second. He'll go to first, get the sure out, and with nobody at third, but now they'll cover it, and he'll stay put. Well, nobody was covering third, but the sacrifice, 5-4. That's out number 1. We head to the top of the order, and Cam Cordero. The shortstop, number 2, Cam Cordero. Cordero 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop-out. And Dominique now working with the runner second, 1 out. Pitch high, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. On the right-handed hitting Cordero, there's a pitch on the inside corner for a strike. And the count 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. We're in the top half of the 5th inning. Lisbon leading it 1-0. Set by Dominique, and the 1-1 pitch on the way. That'll be a little bit high. Ball 2, 2-1. 2 balls and no strikes. Of course, the bullpen's going to be quiet for Lisbon because everybody's playing. Oaks, nothing doing as of right now. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Dominique. Ground ball left side. Shortstop Trainer comes up with it. Here's the long throw across and got him. Bang, bang play at first. But they got Cordero. 6-3 on the putout. That's out number 2. Down to third base goes Lyons, and it'll bring up Jordan Bittner. The pitcher number 1, Jordan Bittner. Bittner's gone to the short, line to third, hit a rocket that Hoisted made a nice catch on to end that 3rd inning. So now a runner at third base with 2 away here in the top of the 5th. And Dominique delivers, misses inside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes here on the right-handed hitting Bittner. And here's a pop-up to center. Wynn's going to carry it out a little bit further out, but right there, oh, a nice catch by the center fielder Titus as it was a little bit over his head and kind of had to reach back a little bit, but made the play, and that will retire the side. In the inning for Lisbon, no runs, no hits. There was an error, 1 left. We are through 4.5 innings. It's Lisbon 1, Oaks nothing. We're back with more American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. Noah Wood will lead things off here for Oaks in the bottom of the 5th inning. It'll be Wood, Peterson, and Rorick against Jordan Bittner. 1-0, Lisbon leading. And they have out-hit Oaks 5-1 as we head to the bottom of the fifth. Again, the first of four today here from Charlie Brown Memorial Field on the VCBA streaming page here on YouTube. We appreciate you joining us on this Sunday morning, which will turn into Sunday afternoon about the time that we hit the second game today. Leading off for Oaks in the bottom of the fifth, third baseman, number 6, Noah Wood. So Noah Wood will lead things off. It'll be Wood, Peterson, and Rorick. Noah singled to right center his first time up. That is the only hit that has been given up by Bittner today. He's also walked one, but he's got 7 strikeouts in 4 innings of work. And the right-hander kicks and delivers on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. On the right-handed hitting Wood. And Bittner with the overhand delivery high, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike there on the right-handed hitting Noah Wood. And the 1-1 pitch. Outside, bounced in, 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. Outfield playing, considering the wind blowing out, relatively shallow here against Wood. But straight away. Actually, the right fielder playing off the line quite a bit. That pitch misses ball 3, 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike on Noah Wood. Leading things off here for Oaks in the bottom of the 5th inning. And the pitch at the knees for strike, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out for Noah Wood. That was the 60th pitch by the right-hander. And there's a swing and a miss slider on the outside part of the plate. Wood couldn't catch up with strikeout number 8 for Bittner. 1 away. And I'll bring up Titus Peterson. The right fielder number 22, Tristan Peterson. Tristan Peterson will step in. Peterson struck out swinging his first time up. And the pitch, swing and a miss, 0-1. So right now, Trainer has yet to strike out. Rorick also the only one that has yet to strike out today against Bittner. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one hit the outside corner with the slider, and it's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes here on Peterson. And Bittner, the right-hander, wheels and deals. Swung on, fly ball, right field. There's Lyons coming in. He makes the catch. There's out number 2, and it'll bring up Egan Rorick. At first base at number 26, Deacon Rorick. Rorick walked and then was picked off first back in the 2nd inning. We'll step in with nobody on and 2 out here in the bottom of the 5th. And the pitch misses outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. On the right-handed hitting Deegan Rorick. And Bittner delivers. Swung on a pop-up on foul, and that will be out of play behind the Oaks faithful here down the first base line. And a count, 1 ball and 1 strike. On the right-handed hitting Rorick with 2 outs, nobody on. Again, we're in the home half of the 5th inning. Oaks leading it 1-0. And here's the pitch, way outside, ball 2, 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike on Rorick. And the right-hander kicks and delivers 2-1. Swung on, there's another pop-up in the infield. Out behind second. Second baseman Adair, and he gives away and drops it. Looks like he was going to give way to the shortstop, but then the ball came back closer to Adair, and with that wind, and the ball drops off his glove. The catcher, number 37, Braxton Erickson Wyckoff. So a base hit there by Rourke. A little wind-aided base hit by Rourke. Here's a shot down the third base line by Erickson Wyckoff. That's a fair ball. And it'll be station to station, a single for Erickson Wyckoff. So Oaks, a 2-out rally here. Back-to-back singles by Rourke and Erickson Wyckoff. It'll bring up the pitcher, Brooks Domine. The pitcher, number 2, Brooks Domine. So Domine will step in with 2 on and 2 out. 3 hits now for Oaks. And I think we're going to pinch run for the catcher. We are. And so we will have a pinch runner. Looks like number 3 is heading out there. And that is Joseph Dobitz. Now running at first base, number 3, Joseph Dobitz. So he will take over for Erickson Wyckoff at first. And there's a strike called on Domine. And they count no balls and 1 strike. Chance to help his cause here with runners at first and second. And 2 out. Bittner comes to the set and the pitch. On the outside corner, strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. On the right hitting Domine. And the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a foul to the netting. And the count stays at 0-2. Bittner now at 72 pitches. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. And the right-hander delivers. Outside corner, strike 3 call. Domine caught looking. That is number 9 for Bittner, and that will retire the side. No runs. They get a couple of 2-out singles. No errors, 2 left. 5 complete. It's Lisbon 1 and Oaks 0. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. The 3-4 batters coming up here for Lisbon to face Brooks Domine in the top half of the 6th inning. And a 1-0 Lisbon lead. 1 run, 5 hits, no errors for Lisbon. 0-3-2 for Oaks in the 7th place game. Leading off the top of the 6th for Lisbon, the center fielder number 5, Blaze Reineke. So Blaze Reineke will lead things off here for Lisbon, post 7. He is singled, doubled, scored a run, and takes a pitch low and away, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. On the right-handed hitting Domine pitching to Reineke. He swings back to Hoisted at third, bobbles it, throws across, and he beats it out. It was a low throw, but scooped out at first base. An infield hit for Reineke. And that will bring up Camden Rondesvet. The third base number 13, Camden Rondesvet. Rondesvet is grounded out, flied out. Is the son going to try to make an appearance here? Mm-hmm. And there's a bunt out in front of home plate. And picked up the throw and in time for the out. 1-3 on the sacrifice. That is out number 1. Reineke goes to second. And that'll bring up Lincoln Adair. The second baseman, number 11, Lincoln Adair. Adair is singled twice. He did boot it. And the throw was low. And the pitch misses up and over the head of Adair. Adair 2 for 2 with that RBI double his last time up. So with one out, runner at second, we can discuss it again and change it if we need to. I didn't give him a hit, but I think it might have been an error. Here's a high pop fly, left field and deep, drifting back, going back, and it'll one hop off the wall. That's going to bring one run in as Reinke will score. Adair's going to try for 3, and the throw is not going to be in time, and it gets away, but stays put as it's being backed up. Reinke comes across to score, and Adair has himself a triple, and he is now 3/4 of the way to his cycle. The left fielder, number 16, Elliott Welter. So Adair now 3 for 3, and he's got a couple of RBIs. And now Welter, he is reaching on a fielder's choice, hit by a pitch. 2-0, Lisbon leading. And the pitch on the way, high for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes on Welter. And the 1-0 pitch. You know, as I play that over in my head, if he comes up with it cleanly, he probably throws him out. Yeah. Because it was a bang-bang play at first, and the ball was scooped out by the first baseman. Here's a 2-0 pitch. That's a strike called, and it's 2-1. That is a what if. It might have. We'll talk about it half between innings. Might have to go down as an error. 2-1 pitch, pop up behind home plate. Erickson Wyckoff, he's already made one great catch, but it won't be able to make a second one. That one, wind kind of blew that one all over the place. And it'll just be a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 the count here on Welter. Adair, the runner, down at third. 1 out. 2-0. And the right-hander, Domini, now ready to work. Comes to the set. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on a ground ball left side. Nice backhand play by Trainer. Picks it up. He's going to throw home. The runner's going to score. He knocked it down. And Adair kind of hung tight before he came in and then did come across to score. Welter's on at first, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Colton Johnson. The first baseman, number 15, Colton Johnson. So Johnson now will step to the plate. With the runner at first. And Johnson, a right-hander, facing Domini, swings and fouls the first pitch off, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Probably a base hit there on that one. Yeah. I mean, he wasn't going to get him at first. His only play was going to be at home. And that pitch misses low and away for a ball. There's another one we have to discuss. I hate these tweeners. Wish they were clear-cut. He had an infield in. Now Johnson, he's flied out, and once to left, once to right. Here's the 1-1 pitch in the dirt. And it got 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike on Johnson. I mean, it's going to be a close play at first if Trainer comes up with it cleanly. The 2-1 pitch, and he fought that one off and fouls it down the left field line over by the clubhouse. And the count now 2-2, 2 balls and 2 strikes on Johnson. Two the count and the pitch. That goes on the top of him, 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes. I might even go to a fielder's choice on that one for Welter. And the pitch is high for ball 4. So Johnson will draw the free pass. That puts runners at first and second. And it brings up Lyons. But we're going to have a conversation first between the pitcher and catcher. The catcher, number 14, Eli Lyons. And that walk by Domini is his first of the day. He has hit 1 batter, walked 1. And so now at the plate is Lyons with 2 on and 1 out. And the pitch. He swings and chops it foul at the plate. 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. Domine also has a couple of strikeouts, but nothing since the third. Domine off the first base side of the pitching rubber. Sets, delivers 0-1. Slider hits the outside corner. 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes on Lions. And the pitch. Swing and a chop at the plate. Foul ball. I called that a foul ball. So the count is still no balls and 2 strikes. 3-0. Lisbon leading. Batting here in the top half of the 6th inning. They have out-hit Oaks 7-3. Oaks has a couple of errors. And the 0-2 pitch. High, 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes on the right-handed hitting Eli Lyons. And the pitch. Swinging a grounder past Domine, and that's going to find its way into center field around third. They're sending Welter in. The throw is going to come all the way through, and Welter will score to make it 4-0. Johnson goes to second. Lyons reaches. And that will bring up Jacob Lyons. The right fielder, number 6, Jacob Lyons. Here? Yeah. That'll be an error on the second baseman Wood because he squared up as he got behind second base and then just went right through the wickets. So no balls and 1 strike as Lyons swings through it. 1 away. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Tied up Lyons on the inside part of the plate, and he's now behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. 3 runs across in the inning. On a couple of hits, there's been 1 error. And the 0-2 pitch on the way, up and in, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, we had that sunshine, and just like that, it got dark again. It's going to be one of those days, I think. I actually like these kinds of days on the lake. And that's strike 3 called on the outside corner. That's number 3 for Domine. That is out number 2. And that'll bring up the extra hitter, Zane Johnson. The extra hitter, number 10, Zane Johnson. So Johnson is 0 for 1 officially. And a sack bunt his last time up. So runners lead off first and second. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-1. What we would call walleye chop on the lake. If you go on the deep water, it's whitecaps. But if you stay in your bay, you got a nice little walleye chop. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Just misses outside. And the count 1 ball, 1 strike. There's a fishing tournament going on Lake Ashtabula today, or yesterday. I don't think it's going on today. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one is low. Ball 2. 2-1 on Johnson. Runners lead off first and second. There's 2 outs and 3 runs across. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Low, ball 3. 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike on Johnson. And if he can extend the inning, Cordero in the top of the order would follow. 3 balls, 1 strike. And Domine delivers. There's a strike across, cut the plate in half, 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Johnson off from second, Lyons off from first. They will get going on the pitch. There's a 3-2 delivery. High, ball 4. So Johnson draws the walk, and that loads him up for Cordero. That is the second walk of the inning and of the game for Domine. The shortstop, number 2, Cam Cordero. And that's going to bring Coach Kelly out of the third base coaching box, third base dugout. So he's going to have the walk out to the mound. 93 pitches right now for Domine. We're in the top of the 6th inning. And Coach Kelly will go out and have a quick word. One thing he was saying, as we were talking about a little bit in our pregame, chatting with him down at the field before the game, he's glad to get to a tournament, get some. He said the kids need just a few more games in the summer. They do have high school ball. And then they can get a few more games in during the Legion season and get some summer games in. So that's why he was glad to bring the group troops up here from Oaks and get 3 games in this weekend. So now Cordero to the plate. He is 0 for 3 with the bases loaded and 2 outs here in the top half of the 6th inning. And Domine delivers inside, missing, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. I did not see that, but that ball shifted from one side of the netting to the other. That's how windy it is the ball shifted. Here's a strike called, 1-1. Yeah. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Cam Cordero. And the pitch. He swings, and it's a pop foul, not a play off to the right. And the count now 1-2. Again, Cordero 0 for 3 here this afternoon, or this morning. 1-2, the pitch. Strike call. Ooh, missed a little bit high, maybe. And the count even 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, bases loaded, and the pitch. Swinging a little flare, foul down the right field line. So you got number 2 at the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Deuce is wild. 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Cordero. Johnson at third, Lyons at second, Johnson at first, and the pitch high, and the count full, so we got the merry-go-round. A 3-2 count, bases full. And everybody will be on the move with the pitch. And the 3-2 delivery is high, ball 4. So Cordero draws the walk. That is 3 walks in an inning for Domine, and he's going to pick up an RBI. As Johnson will come in to make it 5-0. Down to third base goes Lyons, and that will bring up Jordan Bittner. The pitcher number 1, Jordan Bittner. So it is now a 5-0 advantage here for Lisbon with 4 runs in the inning. They've been helped out by 3 walks and an error, a couple of hits. There's a strike, 0-1. Bittner, he is grounded out, lined out, and flied out. As Lisbon is batted around here in the 6th. And he skies one to center. It's deep. Titus, though, has a beat on it, and he'll make the catch. And that will retire the side. But for Lisbon, they get 4 runs on 2 hits. There was an error, and they leave the bases loaded. Through 5.5 innings, it's now Lisbon 5, Oaks 0. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. Now they have the top of the order. Trainer will lead things off here for their Oaks in the home half of the 6th as they now trail it 5-0. Leading off for Oaks in the bottom of the 6th is shortstop number 30, James Trainer. So again, Trainer will step in and lead things off, and the pitch on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. So I'm going to change scoring in that inning on that at-bat by Reinke. Instead of a single, error on the third baseman Hoisted. So had just the one hit, and there were 2 errors in the inning. A lot of tweeners in that inning. We had to really think about the scoring. 1 ball, 1 strike. And again, scoring baseball, it's a judgment call. I mean, there's not a lot of, there is some black and white, but a lot of gray area where you got to just make a judgment. I know Major League scoring and high school scoring a little bit different because of ability levels, but 2 balls and 1 strike to count here on Trainer. And Bittner delivers high, ball 3. Trainer's popped out and bounced off first base with the pitcher covering. 3 balls and 1 strike here on Trainer. And Bittner into the line. Here comes the 3-1 pitch on the way. That is high, ball 4. So that is walk number 2 by Bittner. And that'll bring up Chris Titus. The center fielder, number 1, Chris Titus. Titus has struck out and popped out. 9 strikeouts for Bittner today. And now is walk 2. Trainer takes the lead off first, throw over, and he's back in. We're in the bottom half of inning number 6. Game 1 of 4 today here from Charlie Brown. Another quick toss over, and again, Trainer back in. Our second game scheduled for noon is Valley City and Jamestown in the Consolation Championship. Runner leads off first. The pitch to Titus. Takes it high, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes on the right-handed hitting Chris Titus. The set here by Bittner. Trainer goes. The pitch is high for a ball. Here's a throw down to second base. Not going to be in time. So Trainer with the stolen base. And it's a 2-ball, no strike count on Titus. And I'll run her down in scoring position here for Oaks. And Bittner working quickly, comes to the set. And the 2-0 pitch on the inside corner for strike, 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike on Titus. And the pitch on the way. Ground ball left side at short. And booted. That's going to be an error on the shortstop. Got over there and decided to kick around a little bit. So moving to third base is Trainer. That puts runners at the corners for Michael Hoisted, and that's going to bring Coach Bittner out of the first base dugout. He's going to go out and have a chat with his son and pitcher here. The shortstop Cordero got over to it, knocked it down, then couldn't find the handle. I think he was looking at Trainer, who was going from second to third. Didn't really get a good grip on the ball and didn't make a throw anywhere. So now you have runners at corners, first error charged to Lisbon. So now runners at first and third. And Bittner with a long conversation with his battery and infield has said what he needs to say. And he will head back to that first base dugout with nobody out and runners at the corners. The third baseman, number 23, Michael Hoisted. So Hoisted, who was struck out looking and swinging, will step to the plate. And Bittner steps off. Middle infield, a double play depth. They'll give up the run to get 2. Runner at third base is Trainer. Titus at first, the pitch. Hoisted swing and a miss, 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. On the right-handed hitting Hoisted. He's made a couple of nice plays at third. And the 0-1 pitch. Runner goes. The pitch is a strike. The throw down to second is no, not in time. He was gonna call him out, but the ball came out of the glove of the second baseman. And so it'll be a stolen base. Originally, the umpire was going to call him out, but then saw the ball rolled away. And so the stolen base by Titus. The pitch was a strike, and it's 0-2 on Hoisted with 2 runners in scoring position. Now time called. And I think home plate umpire Samuelson want to make sure Brandvold was ready to go because he was moving from one side of the mound to the other. And the 0-2 pitch on the way. Misses wide, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. On the right hand hitting Michael Hoisted. Bittner delivers. And here's a high fly ball hit deep to left field. This one is back, and it's going to one-hop off the wall. That's going to score 2. Hoisted is going to pull into second with a 2-run double. So he got it up in the jet stream and one-hopped it off the wall in left field, did Michael Hoisted. And it's now 5-2. And it'll bring up Zaid Heyer. The left fielder, number 19, Zaid Heyer. Heyer is struck out and popped out. And the left fielder, the left-handed left fielder, will step in here, take it high, ball 1. That's hit number 4 for Oaks. And it's 5-2. Set by the right-hander Bittner. And the delivery, down and in for a ball. And a count 2 balls and no strikes. And the pitch on the way by Bittner, swinging a pop-up, foul territory, left side, and that's going to get pushed out of play right in front of some of the Oaks faithful. And a count 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1 the count here on Heyer with Nathan Wood waiting on deck. Bittner with the ball behind his back comes to the set. Checks the runner Hoisted at second, and the pitch. Up and in, spins him out of the way, and it's 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike. On the left-handed hitting Zaid Heyer, and the pitch on the way inside, ball 4, so Heyer will get the walk. And that is the 3rd walk issued by Bittner. Runners at first and second for Nathan Wood. The second baseman, number 6, Nathan Wood. Noah Wood. And Noah Wood so far today, he has singled and struck out. He is 1 for 2. Set by Bittner, and the pitch. He swings and fouls it back. No balls and 1 strike here on Noah. 1 for 2 in the game today. Had a couple hits yesterday. There's a strike on the outside corner. And the count, no balls and 2 strikes. He's 3 for 6 for the tournament. And the 0-2 pitch on the way. Bittner high for a ball. 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. On the right hand hitting Noah Wood with Tristan Peterson waiting on deck. And the delivery high, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, as I mentioned, Lisbon only brought 10, so they are going to be creative with their pitching. That was pitch number 95 for Bittner. And we're in the bottom of the 6th inning. And there's a strike 3 called on the outside corner. That is number 10 for Bittner. That's out number 1. And it'll bring up Tristan Peterson. Right fielder number 22, Tristan Peterson. Peterson is struck out and flied out. And now he will face Bittner in the 6th with the runners at first and second. Strike called, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. On the right hand hitting Peterson. Bittner comes to the set, delivers. Swing and a miss, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. On Peterson. The right-hander sets and delivers. Just misses the outside corner. And the count now 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out, 2 on. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning, couple of runs across here for Oaks, trailing now 5-2. There's a swing and a miss. Number 11 for Bittner, out number 2, and it'll bring up Deegan Rorick. The first baseman, number 26, Deegan Rorick. So with 2 outs And runners still leading off first and second. Here's the pitch. Rourke swinging and a miss, 0-1. Rourke singled his last time up. 1 for 1. Walked back in the second. No balls and 1 strike. And the pitch. Swing and a high pop fly. Short left field. And out the shortstop, Cordero. He gives away to the left fielder, Welter, who makes the catch. And that will retire the side. In the inning, Oaks will pick up a couple of runs. And they'll do it with 1 base hit. There was an error and 2 left. We head to the 7th, 6 complete. It's Lisbon 5, Oaks 2. That's American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. So the rotation has Domini, the pitcher. He has gone out to right field. Right fielder Peterson has gone over to left. And the left fielder Zaid Heyer now into pitch. And he will face Reinke, Rondesvet, and Adair. The 3, 4, and 5 batters will be coming up here for Lisbon in a 5-2 game as we head to the top half of the 7th inning with Lisbon leading by 3. Reinke today, 2 for 3. Scored a couple of runs. Also was caught stealing back in the first inning, and he will lead things off here for post 7 in the bottom half, top half of inning number 7. And this is the first of 4 today. 12 noon scheduled start time for our Constellation Championship with Valley City and Jamestown. And that again scheduled for 12 noon. Leading things off for Lisbon in the top of the 7th. The center fielder number 5, Blaze Reinke. So Blaze Reinke, he will step in. Again, that scoring change, instead of giving him a single in his last at-bat, an error on third baseman Hoisted. So Reinke 2 for 3 with a couple of runs scored. And he will step to the plate and lead things off here. Third inning in a row that he is, or third at-bat in a row. He led off the 4th, led off the 6th, now leads off the 7th here. Against the lefty, Zaid Heyer, and the pitch. Swinging a foul down the right field line, and that is going to get pushed and out of play down by the bullpen. No balls and 1 strike. And the pitch here is way outside, and that goes to the backstop. And the count 1 ball and 1 strike. There's activity right now in the bullpen for Lisbon because Bittner is done with his pitches. There's a swing and a miss. Jacob Lyons is now warming up in the bullpen, so he'll come out for the 7th. 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Reinke, and he takes it down and in 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Blaze Reinke. And the lefty kicks and delivers Heyer. I combined his first name and his last name. Zaid Hire. And it's a 3-2 count now. Hire working off the third base side of the pitching rubber, and the left-hander delivers 3-2. There's a fister to the left side. Hoisted to third baseman. That's going to be a boot. And it'll be a clean error on Hoisted. And it'll be the 5th of the game for Oaks. And that will bring up Camden Rondesvet. The third baseman, number 13, Camden Rondesvet. Rondesvet is grounded out, fly it out, sacrifice bunt, 0 for 2. And so a runner at first base. The lefty kicks and delivers way outside. That's going to head to the backstop. The wild pitch will move Reinke down to second base. Rondesvet was showing bunt, and he still might bunt him over and try to get him to third base. He had a sacrifice bunt his last time up, did Camden. And it's a 1-0 count here on the right hitting third baseman. And Hire delivers. He swings away to the right side, just like a bunt. Right to the first baseman. Easy play made there at first by Rorick. 3 unassisted. 1 away, down to third base goes Reinke, and it brings up Lincoln Adair. The second baseman, number 11, Lincoln Adair. Adair singled in the second, doubled RBI in the fourth, tripled and scored an RBI in the sixth. So home run away from hitting for the cycle, 3 for 3 with a couple of RBIs and a run scored. Inside the park, or infield is inside in here. So that's what I'm trying to say. And runner down at third base is Reinke. Set by Hire. And the pitch on the outside corner for a strike, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Reinke at third with the lead off, reached on an error. Rondesvet moved him over with a ground out. That pitch in the dirt, and it squirts away, but not too far. It actually went down the third base line. And so Reinke is going to hang tight, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike on Adair. And he's got a hitter's count now with the infield in. And a 2 ball, 1 strike count. Hire in his first inning of work delivers. Swinging a ground ball, base hit right field. So Adair with a ground single to right. That'll bring Reinke across to score to make it 6-2. And Adair now 4 for 4, his third RBI. That'll bring up Elliot Welter. The left fielder, number 16, Elliot Welter. Hit number 7 for Lisbon. 4 of them by Adair. He'll take his lead off first. Now Welter, 0 for 2 officially. A couple of fielder's choices, hit by a pitch. Scored a run. 1 ball, no strikes. On the right-handed hitting Welter. And the pitch is a high pop fly, short center, coming in, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. So a little bloop single to center field by Welter. Adair checks in at second. Hit number 8 for Lisbon. And I'll bring up Colton Johnson. The first baseman, number 15, Colton Johnson. Johnson has flied to left, flied to right, walked and scored in that 4-run sixth. So runners lead off of first and second with 1 away. And the pitch misses outside, ball 1. Look at that wind. The ball's bouncing on the netting. That's rather intriguing. And the count, 1 ball, no strikes. On the right-handed hitting Johnson. Here's the ground ball out towards short. Trainer has it to second. Out there. Woods' return throw is in time. Not a great throw, but a double play nonetheless. That will go down as a 6-4-3 double play and will retire the side here in the 7th. But they do get a run on 1 hit. 2 hits, pardon me. 2 hits, there was an error, and 1 runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the 7th, 6-2, advantage to Oaks, or advantage to Lisbon. We're back with more Legion Baseball live on YouTube. So the defensive changes here as Jordan Bittner is going to be running out of pitches, so he now is at short. Lincoln Adair will go from second to right. Cam Cordero from short to second, and Jacob Lyons will now come in and pitch here for Lisbon. He'll have the 8-9-1 batters to face here in the home half of the 7th inning. It'll be Erickson, Wyckoff, Domini, and Trainer will be our batters coming up here. As we're in the bottom half of inning number 7 with Lisbon leading it 6-2. So it'll be Braxton Erickson Wyckoff that'll lead things off here against Jacob Lyons in the bottom of the 7th. As Oaks needs 4 to tie, 5 to win. And we've had a couple of walk-offs here in this tournament. Valley City picked one up yesterday in their consolation win against Lisbon by 5-4 final. Leading off the bottom of the 7th for Oaks, the catcher, number 37, Braxton Erickson Wyckoff. So BEW, Braxton Erickson Wyckoff will lead things off. 1 for 2 today, struck out in single. And he will lead things off here for Oaks in the home half of the 7th inning. 6-8-1 for Lisbon, 2-4-5 for Oaks. And now Jacob Lyons into the wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. On the right-handed hitting Erickson Wyckoff with Domini and Trainer to follow. Here comes the 0-1 pitch on the way. Erickson Wyckoff takes the strike on the outside corner, and the count 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes on Erickson Wyckoff. And Lyons delivers a high curve that stays inside, and maybe a little high. And the count 1 ball, 2 strikes on the right-handed hitting catcher. Leading off here in the bottom of the 7th in the pitch. He swings, and it's a high pop left side. Foul territory, and the shortstop, Bittner, hugs his third baseman as they both go to the ground. That one came back towards play, and the third baseman, Rondesvet, couldn't make the play, but Bittner was right there backing him up and made the catch for the out. That's going to bring up a pinch hitter. Jacob Thorpe is going to pinch hit. Your attention, now batting number 29. Jake Thorpe. I'm sorry, what? Well, goody. Thanks, Coach. And it'll be Thorpe will bat here for Oaks. Jack will pinch hit for Domini. And it's behind the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Domini had struck out looking and swinging against Bittner. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. First strikeout for Lyons. That is out number 2. And we head to the top of the order, James Trainer. The shortstop, number 30, James Trainer. Trainer today has popped out, grounded out, walked and scored back in that 2-run 6th. And now Trainer will face Lyons, takes it low and away. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. On the right-handed hitting James Trainer. And here comes the 1-0 pitch on the way. Takes it on the inside corner for a strike. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Trainer, slightly closed stance, right-hander. And Lyons delivers, slings it up there high and wide, 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike on the right-hand hitting Trainer. Lyons delivers high, 3-1. Chris Titus on deck here if Trainer can extend the game. 3 balls, 1 strike 2 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the 7th. 6-2, advantage Lisbon. And the pitch. There's a strike called on the outside corner, 3-2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes on James Trainer. And the pitch. Here's a pop-up. Right side, right field, Adair, and it's dropped. The right fielder, Adair, was coming in. Cordero was going out. I think Cordero really he was camped on it. Boy, I'll give the air on the right fielder, really, because he came in and kind of plowed into the second baseman and caused that one to pop out, and that'll bring up Titus. Center fielder, number 1, Chris Titus. That is the second error on Lisbon. And now Titus, he has struck out, popped out, and he reached on an error, and that scored in that 6th inning. Came in on that 2-run double by Hoisted. Throw to first, and Trainer back in. 6-2, advantage here to Lisbon. And Lions delivers. There's a ground ball up the middle and into center field. A base hit by Titus. Trainer will stop at second. So runners at first and second will bring up Michael Hoisted. The third baseman, number 23, Michael Hoisted. Hoisted 1 for 3, had a 2-run double back in the 6th. And he will step in here with 2 mates aboard and 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Lions delivers. Hoisted takes it inside. Ball 1. Hoisted straightaway stance. Right-handed batter. And the Lions delivers outside. 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes. Zaid Heyer was due up next if Hoisted can keep things going here. Here's a 2-0 pitch. Swinging a ground ball left side, and that's going to find left field for a base hit. Trainer is going to stop at third, and that will be the second hit of the game for Hoisted. And now the bases are loaded, and the tying run comes to the plate, and Zaid Heyer. And that's going to bring Coach Bittner out of the third base dugout, or first base dugout, to have a chat with his team here. Just like in the majors, I see getting that 27th out is tough. Well, getting that 21st out in high school ball can be a tough one. So after a pop out and a strikeout, and you had 2 out, nobody on, Trainer hit a pop out that looked like it was going to be out number 3 and game. Cordero, the second baseman, was going out to short right field, but first right fielder Adair came in and bumped into him, and the ball popped on Adair's glove and dropped to the ground. Titus singled to center. Hoisted just singled to left. So now the bases are juiced for Zaid Heyer. The pitcher, number 19, Zaid Heyer. He is 0 for 2. He walked his last time up, also struck out and popped out. Now here he can help himself and do something damage down the line. That is a foul ball. Oh, foul down the line. Nice diving stop behind the bag, though, at first base by Johnson. But the home plate umpire, John Sampson, called it foul, and it's 0-1. That was inches away from being a RBI hit. But nice play by Johnson to stop it, and as is, it's a foul ball. Set by Lions to the pitch. Swing and a foul tip. And that went off the helmet of the catcher. And they count no balls and 2 strikes. Trainer, the runner, down at third. Titus is at second. Hoisted, the runner, at first. And here comes the 0-2 pitch. Lions delivers. High, wide, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. On the runners at first and second. And the 1-2 pitch. Misses inside, 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runners lead off of every base here for Oaks. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on. There's a fly ball down the left field line. Right field line's a fair ball. That's going to go in the corner. That's going to plate 1. That's going to score 2. That's going to score 3. It's going to be a possible triple for Higher, and it's now 6-5 with a tying run 90 feet away. Zaid Higher into the right field corner for a bases clearing triple, and is now 6-5. With the tying run 90 feet away. And the second baseman, number 6, Noah Wood. And Noah Wood singled his first time up, struck out his last 2. And he will step in here with the tying run at third and a strike called, 0-1. We were 1 out away from this game being over. And looked like it was going to be that way, but there's a ground ball right side. Johnson, the first baseman, has it. Underhand whip to Lyons, the pitcher covering, steps on the bag, and that will do it. 3-1 on the putout and retire the side. But Oaks made it interesting with 3 runs on 3 hits. In the bottom of the 7th, there was 1 error, and they leave 1 runner left on base. Your final score in this one, it is Lisbon 6, Oaks 5. Back with your totals. This is American Legion Baseball live on YouTube. Your final totals in this one for Lisbon, 6 runs on 8 hits, 2 errors, and they left 10 runners on base. For Oaks, 5 runs, 7 hits, and 5 errors. They left 6 runners on base. Jordan Bittner will pick up the win here this afternoon for the Lisbon Broncos as he went 6 innings and gives up out of those in those 6 innings. He gives up 4 hits. He gives up 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, walked 3, and struck out 11. Jacob Lyons finishes up, and it was not a save situation for Lyons. 1 inning, 2 hits, 3 runs, none earned. He did not walk anybody, and he struck out 1. Losing pitcher in this one is Domini, as Domini will take the loss, and he goes 6 innings, 9 hits, 5 runs, all earned. He walked 3 and struck out 3. He's Zaid Higher, 1 inning, 2 hits, gave up 1 unearned run in his 1 inning of work today. So again, the Broncos got a run in the 4th on an RBI double by Adair. They played it 4 in the 6th inning. RBI triple by Adair. Also an RBI bases loaded walk by Cordero. And a run scored on an error. And they also had a run and an RBI single by Adair in the 7th. And on the other side, 2 in the 6th inning, a 2-run double by Hoisted. And then they got 3 in the 7th on a 3-run triple by Higher. And that made things interesting. Then he became the tying run at third base with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. But Jacob Lyons was able to get Noah Wood to ground out first base to the pitcher covering to end the game. So again, a final look at the line score. A run in the 4th for Lisbon, 4 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th, 6 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors. And for Oaks, 2 in the 6th, 3 in the 7th, 5 runs, 7 hits, and 5 errors. Winning pitcher will be Jordan Bittner. Losing pitcher will be Brooks Domini. And there was no save in the game and no home runs, though Adair, he was 4 for 4. Was just a home run shy of the cycle here today, and he ends up driving in 3 runs to go along with his 4 base hits. So the final score is 8-6-5, and our time of game in that one was 1 hour and 53 minutes. 1 hour and 53 minutes for your time of game. Second game coming up here, our Consolation Championship, Jamestown and Valley City. Scheduled to start here right around 12 noon, and that'll be our next game. We'll be back with that at noon, Jamestown and Valley City in the Consolation Championship. Final score of our first one again, Lisbon 6 and Oaks 5. Back with more baseball. This is American Legion Baseball and coverage of the Midsummer Valley City American Legion Baseball Classic live on YouTube.